You know, to say like the board going through, and then you'll jump over and get on it. You know, there's totally things that you're thinking like, God, that is good. You know what I mean? That is really, really good. And I thought if they get the actual facilities to do it, I think it'll all turn around. And I wouldn't have thought anybody will have a problem with it. But when you put them in a place like this, where there is, like, say, most old people sat down, because that's what the convention's all I think it stigmatises them, when I think it's wrong in a lot of ways, you know what I mean? You know, I'm not a fan and I'm not like against them, like, you know, I just, you know, but sometimes they do have this bit of an arrogance about them. Now whether it goes with the culture, what they want to be like, I don't know. But I just think it's a shame, really.
I think it's pretty easy, yeah. Pretty much everyone gets along with each other. Like in Manchester and Liverpool and stuff like that, you always have like cliques. And in Blackpool, skaters come along, say hi, everyone has a good session together.
Being a skateboarder in Blackpool is alright. There's not a lot of skate parks and the terrain's all fucked up, but you get used to it and it's sort of fun riding around in really horrible terrain and spots and hurting yourself. There's one skate shop which is sort of a bad point because you have to go and get all your stuff from there if you want it immediately.
Anybody that comes to Blackpool that will see the skateboarding community in Blackpool, it's a strong community. There has been for a long time, since going back to like 1976. It's been a pleasure to be a part of that community and watch it grow, change. It's done all sorts of things really, but it's always been a really tight-knit community, never the, you know, skating parks, ramps or whatever.
"100% pure British beef."
The weather for skateboarding is absolutely awful. You get like 2 months of heat, which is really, really warm, which is like June, July, and then apart from that it's just too windy and too cold, usually rains, and everything's wet.
Windy, inclement. It can be good, but we get a lot of wind and it's always fucking freezing.
It's too fucking windy!
What? Before?
Blackpool's got so many facilities now, it's never had it so good. You could always want more. People are always going to skate street, no matter how many parks you put out there. I just wish the council would listen to people more about what parks they have built, so the designs can be right of them. There's no point in building. There's 2 parks around here that they've built, which, in my view, were a waste of money.
Pretty bad. Like Stanley Park got renovated and that took like 5 years, and that's just BMX dominated and it's not skateboarding in mind at all. Even Ramp City, the paid part, like leaks and stuff, so it's all pretty bad.
There could be more. Like Stanley Park recently had new ramps put in and whatnot. That was a couple of years ago, but because of Wouldn't Be Rock, About 5 years ago we had a funding of, I think it was 3 million for a new skate park on the promenade. I don't know if you know about this or not. No, oh, exactly. It all just went downhill. We went for a couple of meetings with council, got a plan ready. It was mainly going to be like bowls and stuff like that. But then everyone we didn't disagree about the bowls, it was just too much. Because most people want to skate street nowadays and have 1 or 2 bowls. It was a whole plaza. It was going to be put on the festival headland, just on the promenade near, I think it was South Pier. But then no one's heard anything since that.
I feel that there isn't enough facilities for the skaters in Blackpool. There's one company, which is Big Woodies. There's 2 skate parks, a park that are free. Ramp City costs like £7.50. The 2 skate parks, one of them's tiny and it's usually full of kids and scooters and rollerbladers. There are quite a few. And the other one is just full of people I'd rather not associate myself with.
They're poor, aren't they, really? There's Moor Park skate park, Dirk's local, which it's tiny, but I don't know if I like it just because I've been skating there for so long, or if it's genuinely good. But I like it. And then there's Jubilee and Cleveley's and Stanley Park, but apart from that you have to sort of travel to St Anne's. But they're all quite low and they seem to be made without any sort of rudimentary knowledge of skateboarding. They just seem to be thinking, oh, we'll just put some ramps down and a thing and that'll be alright. Maybe if they actually, if they tried to research it harder, it could be better. But apparently there's one opening in Claremont. Did you see that? That looks right. I saw a plan, it looks right, but I don't know if it'll ever happen because you get that a lot, don't you?
The spots in Blackpool are pretty terrible. You have to travel quite far for some of them, so...
Crusty. Some can be really good, but then you see a really, really good spot and then there's something really, really wrong with it. Like the Metropole set, it's smooth run up, smooth landing, but just before you take off there's like a little lip on the stair set. It's so off-putting. But most other places are alright. Comedy Carpet, smooth as. Some benches there, but yeah.
There's few, and they're all really horrible to skate, but I like them. The Metropole stairs, they're really horrible. It's on a hill, it's always windy, it's on the sea, and the roll-up's all grimy, but it's just fun. And then if you want to actually skate street properly in Blackpool, you just sort of have to skate really, think creatively and skate the shittest looking things. We do damage the spots we skate, but it's just like ledges. What does a ledge matter if it chips away on the edges? We don't damage stairs, or we leave like dust marks on wheels on the floor, but they can be gotten rid of, and like compared to the amount that like cars damage the world, skateboard damage is completely arbitrary. And just ledges, that's the main thing we damage, and they just don't matter.
Skateboarding is a crime. Yeah, it's a very, very fine line. Like when you're younger, you don't give a shit. You just fuck it, we'll wax this house up, we'll wall ride it or whatever. But nowadays, I don't know about anyone else, but I feel like pretty cautious skating stuff because I don't want to ruin it because I know how much things cost now.
The negative stereotype that we all have, like doing drugs and whatnot, which hardly any of us do. We just skate, have a good time and socialise. But
I think it's either like young kids with helmets saying gnarly dude, or like 20-year-olds who do graffiti and just destroy things and do hard drugs, and both are ridiculous.
I feel that everyone thinks we are hooligans, that we all vandalise and just get into trouble and stuff, but like I leave it off my CV because that's the stereotype and stuff, but it's just, we're not like that. We're just normal people who like shredding.
The public seem to think a lot of skateboarders are trouble causers. They haven't got a lot of time for them. I just really wish that people would spend a bit of time with some skateboarders. Chat to them, watch them, They're out there to have fun. They're not out there to harass and terrorise people, which a lot of folk seem to think they are.
In Manchester, you'll get kicked off everywhere. Like literally every spot you get to, you'll be kicked off. They feel like skateboarding is quite destructive. I mean, it can be, don't get me wrong, but at the same time it's quite creative and it's more of a lifestyle to a lot of people.
I don't think the stereotype's fair. There's a lot more disrespectful stereotypes than skateboarders, in not just Blackpool but anywhere.
No, it's not based in any real fact. It's just prejudice.
Like, people might come across like vandals, you know, and you just sat there. Like, I've literally been in Blackpool. This is quite a long time ago. I was sat on a bench. Do you know where Subway is now? Yeah, near there. And I had police come over to me. I just had my skateboard, just sitting down, and they said, "You can't sit there." And I was literally kicked off by fucking sitting down because they were just stereotyping. They didn't know me. I was just sat there doing nothing. But yeah.
Skateboarding to me, well, you're here inside the shop. It's a livelihood. It's a passion. It's something I've done since 1976. I can't ever see myself not be involved with it some way. I still skate now, 50 years old. Doesn't get any easier.
It's also like a culture. Like when you skateboard, you don't just go out. You get involved in the scene, and you look at videos online, and you wear like the fashion. Like even if you don't embrace it, you end up wearing the skate shoes because you have to.
Skateboarding to me is just an escape from all that boring life of like college and parents and everything.
I had more time to skate. I don't know, it's when I feel like down or sad or something like that, skateboarding makes me happy. Like being with friends and whatnot, like most of my friends skate, so being with them and skating at the same time, I don't know, it's like a great kind of feeling. It's really nice to just go have fun with friends.